डायरेक्ट लिंक बना
ఇంతమంది మొత్తం ఈయన ఎవరు పైన ఓకే అతను
Hi everyone, good evening. How are you guys? Okay, so let me see if the people are here. Everyone is here. Okay, so okay, Bharat, are you here, Bharat? Good evening. Dr. Arin, are you here? Please raise your hand if you are here. One sec, guys. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Very good evening. Okay, guys, wait. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We're just starting. I'm just connecting. Okay. फार्मडी कोर्स में नाम क्या है? कोर्स कंप्लीट होने तक तो नहीं लगाते हैं दोस्त। दीपक चौधरी, कोर्स कंप्लीट होने तक नहीं लगाते हैं, इंटर्नशिप में लगा सकते हैं। ठीक है, इंटर्नशिप से पहले नहीं लगा सकते। ओके, लगा सकते हैं फार्मडी कोर्स कंप्लीट होने के बाद डॉक्टर लगा सकते हैं, क्यों नहीं लगा सकते हैं? ऑफ कोर्स लगा सकते हैं। इतने सारे मैसेज भेजने की जरूरत नहीं है, आई कैन रीड ऑल द मैसेजेस। ओके, यस, लगा सकते हैं। ओके गाइस, जस्ट गिव मी अ मिनट, आई एम जस्ट कनेक्टिंग द, I think she's facing some problem right now. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay guys, so we are just joining. She's facing some trouble in joining, just joining, wait for some time. And guys, remember that if you are filling the feedback form now, okay, means at the end of this, I will not give the feedback form all again to you. If you are reaching out after half an hour of the webinar or after 15 minutes of the webinar, that you could not fill that form, or if you were not able to fill that form, we are not responsible. You have to stay here and you have to fill the form. Okay, if you're not filling the feedback form, no one will get the certificate. You will not get, literally, because you are coming after 3 hours, sir. We could not fill the form because we were somewhere else and we just left for last 15 minutes. That is the actual game. You have to stay here for all 60 minutes, 60 to 80 minutes, whatever is the time. Okay, you have to listen to the person who is coming from leaving her job, and right now she is sparing, we are sparing the time for all of you, and you are coming up after 4 hours, sir. We were in the webinar and we could not fill the form. How is that possible that you could not fill the form? That should not be done. And if somebody is coming to me after 3 hours of the webinar, 2 hours of the webinar, sir, we could not fill that, I will not listen to you, because we are conducting every day and I'm seeing this, I'm facing the problem every day. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so listen it carefully, everyone. If you are staying and listening to these people and getting it, then only you will get the certificate. Otherwise, it's not there for all of you. One sec, guys. One sec. I'm just getting the message from her. We'll start in 2 minutes. Okay. And I am, literally, we are conducting a lot of webinars for you. This is not only one. In last month only, we have conducted 4 webinars for all of you, free webinars. So I think you should be, taking it a little serious. You should be learning, because we are getting a lot of people who are doing wonders in this field, and who are actually the icon for all of you. You should learn from them how they are reaching that heights. You should learn from them, everyone, right? So these people we are calling, and we are not charging anything from you, because I want you to learn. Okay, anyways, from anyone. We are doing for the pharmacy profession, just because you can learn and you can implement those things in your future, in your personal life also, and how to grow in the different fields. So these are learning for webinars. You also learn, also get inspired and get those things further in the life. Okay, so she's just joining in a minute. Okay, guys, she's just joining in a minute. Dr. Arin, if you have joined, please raise your hand. She's facing some problem actually. Okay, if someone wants to ask this question, by the time, guys, you can ask the questions anytime. Any kind of questions you can ask me about the carriers, about the PharmD, about the medicals, about the licensing. Any type of questions if you want. By the time, I'm here to clarify your questions. Yes, ask your questions. Write down. Want to talk? Let's talk. I'll just open the things. No, let me unmute you for some minute. Yes, guys, speak. If someone wants to speak, please speak.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Hi, Arin.
Okay.
Oh, Arin is here. Hi, I'll just, yes, we can make her host and. Okay, guys, so Dr. Arin is here. Yeah, yes, we will answer all the questions for sure. By the time you guys have to be on mute for some time, okay? Yes, absolutely. So, let me put you on. Okay, or before starting the lecture, what we can do is we can take some pictures. What do you say, guys? Can we? Yes. Open your cameras. See, I don't want to miss that fizz. Otherwise, you will leave at the end. Right? Open your cameras, guys. Open your cameras. Yes, I can see a lot of known faces. Yes, 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 guys. Absolutely. I can see a lot of known faces. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you for joining. And now we will start the webinar. Thank you for joining. And guys, okay, so let's start. Let's not wait much more. Let me. Yes, Dr. Sony, we'll take your question later. We'll take your question later after the webinar. Okay, don't worry. Yes, guys. So I'm Dr. Ajit. Uh, the CEO and founder of Climate Research Solutions, and recently we have come up with a new institute, that is Curio Training and Research Institute for all of you, where we are providing all the industrial trainings, and we are providing a lot of new courses for the career development in the industry. Right, in the industry we are doing a lot of new courses we have come up with for all of you. You can just visit the website and uh, right. So today's webinar, let me talk about the today's webinar, guys. So today's webinar is fantastic, I will say, because we have with us Dr. Arin Natania. So she will be taking you through her journey and how she has achieved and how she is achieving, because she is working in a very niche domain of clinical research after PharmD, that is pulmonary medicine. Okay, and that's how we came up with this, and we decided the title also, like how to make your successful career in the niche areas of research. See, if you ask me, I have done a lot of things in the heart failure. I have done a lot of things in the cardiology. I have done a lot of things in the diabetes. Those are the common areas. But if you look at the pulmonary side and the research in the pulmonary areas, that is also one of the common area, but the research in pulmonary area is not so much, because people are more interested in the daily waste disease like diabetes and cardiology. Okay, so someone going to that side and choosing such projects which are a very niche area and very specialized area and making their career there is a wonderful thing, and I'm always proud of any family who are doing wonders in this industry, or in the research, or wherever they are working. Right. So today we have Dr. Arin Natania to deliver this workshop with you. Guys, I'm very pleased to introduce, I myself will, taking this privilege to introduce her. So she has done her, PharmD in 2021. And right now she is working as the project associate in the Department of Pulmonary Medicine, CMC Vellore Ranipet campus. And she has been as the pharmacist trainee also from 2019 to 2020. Oh, so sorry. She has finished her PharmD in 2020. Okay, and she has been the clinical pharmacist trainee and research scholar from 2020 October to 21 November for a year at Sri Ramakrishna Multi Specialty Hospital. She has worked in the research, tremendously as project associate one, and she has written the multiple works and articles and blogs in her past years, and she is now working as the project associate, and she has been on the multiple roles like senior researcher and project associate one and CRC also. Right, and if we look at the research experience, she has worked in more than 15 projects, okay, more than 15 projects, and there are a lot to talk about her. I would not talk about her much. I'll just ask her to talk about her and tell you her journey and how did she choose this niche area and she's working on it, and how she is growing such area and publishing a lot of papers and doing the research at institutional level. So over to you, Dr. Arin. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and be here to deliver this session for our participants here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ajit, for this wonderful opportunity. And good evening, one and all. I'm Dr. Arin from the Department of Pulmonary Medicine, CMC Vellore. I'm currently working there as a project associate. And let me tell you, like beforehand, actually I've come to my hometown because like my mom had an accident, so I couldn't prepare as much as earlier before. So yes, so let me start with a few of my personal journeys through how I got here. I want to know if I'm audible enough and nobody's having any connectivity issues.
You are audible perfectly fine. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So I'm not going to present any slides. I'm just going to talk from my heart. Okay. So the journey of starting or getting admitted in PharmD, the way I chose PharmD is probably after 12th, I had struggles in choosing what and which course I wanted to go, because of course I've been a good student and I've been topping in my school as well, but I was I was much more interested from my childhood about doing something innovative or creative or doing some research. So when I thought of doing a research, I was always like probably thinking about STEM, where science and technology comes together. So in that way, I thought of my dad. He was the one who introduced me to Pharm while I was in ninth standard. I didn't give much thought about it because it is a new course. Like as usual, Indian parents and Indian neighborhood, they will always talk about going into MBBS or doing engineering, and they have a status like that. So I was also thinking about jumping into one of those when I finished my 12th, but yes, something pushed me towards PharmD, which I didn't know, and I was the last candidate to apply admission in Sri Ramakrishna Institute, Coimbatore. So I went there, and my principal, he accepted me into the he accepted my application, and I went there. I studied there, and I came across a lot of things that differed from school. So like from the beginning, they were training me a lot. They were training me on like regular academics and how to treat treat patients or how to deal with patients and how to develop our own characteristics. So I would like to quote some important stuffs I have studied from the course. So right now where I'm working, it's one of the most premier institutes in India. As you all know, it's one of the top three hospitals in India with elaborate clinical research and having a lot of research funds and grants from all over the world. So it is a very renowned institute, and I really thank God for having such an opportunity to work there. So the most important points and lessons that I learned throughout my academics is about how to be compassionate and understand people and how to deal with people and how to manage and handle difficult situations. And then those are the basics that I learned from the college, but when it comes to an application purpose, it is actually totally different. So I started with research when I was in fifth year. Like other stuff were also going on, related to pharmacokinetics or pharmacovigilance. Those were also the whatever the curriculum offered us. But I particularly picked research because I was always thirsty for some kind of innovation or creativeness that needed to happen. So when I came to fifth year, I started exploring on research, especially during COVID times when everything was shunned and shut. I started to learn research by my own. That's where the difficulty started because I didn't have anyone to mentor at that point of time. And when COVID hit, we were all sent back home. And that was the point where I sincerely started studying and experimenting on research methodology and statistics. And whatever effort I put through and whatever struggles I went through when I started studying that, and it is repaying me actually. Uh, so the way I learned the research methodology is I started reading. I started reading a lot of articles and research papers to get to know how things are. Like what is the current status of research world that is going on, and what are the journals available? What type of articles are being published in medical area, and what are the new types of research methodologies applied, and who are the pioneers in doing medical research. So that is how I came to know about the depth of research. So the first paper I published was actually I didn't get through the first time when I started writing. I didn't get through any like reputed journals, or I didn't get through any reputed like scope of journals. Actually, I started practicing to write. I started practicing to learn statistics. It started all from the beginning stage and started basic. So I want you guys to know that you can always start now. You can always begin now. And while you're a beginner, it is going to be very difficult and you have to start from scratch. That is how things happen. So now I have the opportunity when I'm talking to you guys to look back and see what I have done and how I started and how I came through. So I would like to list out some the process where at first I I took a decision to actually know what I'm interested in, what is pulling me and what is pushing me through the life. So that was research. And then once I decided that I'm interested in research, I went through what other people are doing and what in the world is happening about research. It's just not about medical research, but also other areas of research. It could be medicinal chemistry, it could be physics, it could be other areas like AI or financial management, such things. I just wanted to know how people are innovating and how people are being creative in their own fields. So I went through such papers, and then after that, I adopted the theoretical way of learning research methodology. So then I started reading books. I asked my professors about how to start with it, and then few of the people I came in contact with, whoever are interested and whoever are like most pioneers in clinical research or other research works, I asked them to guide me, or I asked them a lot of questions on how to start with this. And then I started slowly. So we all know there are different type of researches. It need not always be experimental. So you can always start with a review paper or a literature review or a systematic review or something like that. And then you can always jump into experimental research whenever you have an opportunity. So the first paper I wrote was a literature review. It was for a website. So from that, when I started writing, my language developed, and then the way I structurized my abstract and when the way I structurized my paper, it developed. And then after that, after a lot of trial and errors, because most of the time whenever I write and I apply, it may get rejected a lot of times. And then through rejections, it's not just about rejections. The reviewers and the editorial board, they always give me solutions of how to sort it out. So each reviewer has their own opinion on why this paper is not enough. So by that, I was able to understand what those research people or those reviewers wanted from my paper. And then I started to adopt it. And then after each and every reviews of my articles, it started becoming easier. And then I was being equipped to how to write. And then the first systematic review and meta-analysis was when I wrote during COVID times. That simply started out of curiosity. I just started reading multiple meta-analysis papers, and then I started studying statistics, and then I asked some of my professors help who are in the biostatistics background, and then they also offered me help. So I simply started to write out of curiosity, and then it came out really well, and then I was able to publish in a good journal. So what I want to say here is things take time. It needs a lot of patience and it needs a lot of learning. And even if it doesn't happen at the first time or the fifth time or the 10th time, it's okay. You keep practicing, because going through the process is very, very important. Once you know about how hard the process is or how you're able to handle the process, you will eventually the outcome will come. Like, you need not always expect success or failure, but the process that takes you through is very important. That is where you learn a lot of things. um, so I'm getting a lot of questions. I'll come back to that. And in between, when I started out as an interest, I started collaborating with a lot of people. In our academics, we are not actually learned how to personally, or how to keep ourselves together, or how to form contacts, because that is very important when you want to form any collaboration, because you have to go and meet people, you have to make contacts with them, and you have to meet people who have similar interests or dissimilar interests, or someone who contradicts with your topics. That is how you broaden your minds. So we have to be always putting ourselves and pushing us through areas where we have to keep learning, or where we have to seek out and explore things instead of putting us in a cage or being the center of being right. So it's always not about being right, but about learning things from others and hearing others' perspectives and then incorporating into us to become the right person. So in research, collaboration is very, very important because that really helps, because in research, it is a very broad area where there are a lot of other professionals involved. It is multidisciplinary. You may need a physician, you may need a proper research officer, you may need a coordinator, you may need a biostatistician, you may need someone who is a data analyst. So each and everyone plays a very important role, and coordination with them and collaboration with them is very, very important. And for you to get a lot of review papers or research projects, you have to make contact out of your place. So you have to keep hosting meetings, you have to attend all the meetings, you have to keep talking to people, you have to, it's more or like getting projects or getting research papers is more or less like inducing them to show them that you are capable enough, so they'll be able to hand over projects to you. And it involves, bigger projects involves a lot of grants, so they should feel that you're trustworthy enough to do a lot of things. There are some important things that are involved in during research, where maintaining confidentiality and ethics is very, very important. So the breaching will actually spoil that the work done, and it will be like they will withdraw all other future collaborations with you. So it is very important to note that whenever you make contacts with people, you have to build trust, and you have to show them, in spite of having differences in perspectives or difference of opinions, or in spite of having any politics in between, that you're true to your work, that you're honest in your work, and that you're ethical in your work. That is very, very important when it comes to research. And most of the times in clinical research, it always collides with clinical practice as well. Like you cannot stop, because the patients who come there for research purposes, you also have to provide benefit to them. It doesn't simply happen. So like offering free tests or offering free medications, that also plays an important role for them to come and follow up with you for future research purposes and to collect more data from them. So you have to keep a balance between producing good results and also benefit, and also it should benefit for the patients. So it is very important for you to keep that in mind. But in short, I want to let you know what I was doing. So from the 5th year of my PharmD, I started doing small research papers, as I told, and review papers. And then somehow, by God's grace, I started getting collaborations from medicinal chemistry side as well. I got to meet few people from the disciplines of chemistry and biotechnology, and I was able to collaborate with them for patents. And after that, I was able to go into experimental side. When I was in 6th year, I started to utilize the opportunities given by my hospital. So I was able to write some papers for IRB approval, and then I got the approval, and I was able to do a few research papers with my fellow doctors there. And then after that, the job I was looking for also was something that would be applied into research purposes as well as to be in the clinical side as well. So I particularly chose CMC for that, and like I was interviewed and I was chosen into it. And they felt quite good when they saw my background of research. So they took me inside, and then I was freshly appointed as a research officer. They put me under a few projects, and then after a year later, when they saw my work and the promising work that I did, they upgraded me as a project associate, and they gave me separate projects to handle it alone. So throughout my journey in CMC, CMC is a very nice place to work. Actually, there is a lot of opportunities there, and you take anybody in CMC, you are working with one of the best. That's what I would say. Because entering there, it felt like another community and a lot of people joining together to like serve serve the community and provide healing purposes. Um, so when I entered research, it was quite difficult because as a PharmD, it was very, very difficult because even till now, I'm the only PharmD person, I'm the only PharmD disciplined in my department, and others are all, it's a super specialty. Pulmonary medicine is a super specialty. It is all filled with DM doctors, like post MD doctorates they are. So they're all more like well versed in what they are doing. They are more well versed in research. So it was kind of very difficult for me to adapt initially. And of course, there are times that I felt alone, or there were times where I was not able to approach them when I had doubts, and I had to call back my professors in the college and ask a lot of doubts. So it was quite difficult, but the journey is worth it because I started to prove my work where they used to put me, or they used to put me in even in work that I am not actually equipped to do. They kept testing me for my capabilities. So what I'm saying is, don't ever think that you'll be posted, or you'll be like put under something that is only to your discipline. You have to do all the work, probably clerical work, probably administrative work, any kind of work that they give, you have to do, because that is the only way to prove them that you're capable of doing anything. So only then you will be able to prove yourself, and then they'll also have some trust on you that you'll be able to do anything and you'll be able to handle anything that comes in the way. So only then they'll be able to give you new projects in your hand. So this journey took me to that. So that is why right now I'm handling like 2 3 projects at once, and I was able to publish a paper with them. So that is where it has taken me through. And in spite in spite of all the things, like every places will have arguments, every places will have conflicts, politics, and every backbiting or somebody taking your credits. But more than that, when you actually prove your ethics and prove your honesty and make them trust in your work, it doesn't matter, because they will still keep trusting you no matter whatever conflicts you have. And I always advise people to stand up for the work that is being done, stand up for the work. Like, there are, research is not always black and white, there are gray areas. So honestly, what I'm coming to say is, everywhere there are corruption involved. There are a lot of misguiding papers or misguiding articles or fake papers that are involved. So initially it is very difficult to identify uh, whether it is a white paper or a gray paper, or a or a fake paper. And there are also journals that are fake. There are also journals that publish like fake papers, or that publish, barred authors. So by practice, you'll be able to identify, by practice and by handling few situations, you'll be able to identify which is a good paper and which is not a good research. So you cannot, even in practice, you won't be able to completely trust what answer it is going to give. And in research, you cannot trust what will be next, because since it is a very creative and innovative area, you won't be able to know what results it is going to give. You have to keep changing the protocol in between, you have to keep changing your mindset in between. And by the time you reach the end process, you will have a lot of updated papers, a very controversial paper also probably. So you have to keep updating on it, and there is no right answer in research. You have to keep searching, you have to keep innovating, you have to keep seeking. That is the only way. So research is not blank point the only answer. So that is what I wanted you guys to know. And more than all these work related and academic related stuff, you have to develop your own personality, because work as such is not going to be as tough as dealing with people or dealing with your own personal problems or dealing with yourself or dealing with patients. So it is very, very important to look after yourself, to develop yourself, to explore yourself, to learn a lot of people skills, to learn a lot of other skills like financial management and handling stress and uh, handling any problems or providing solutions, and how fast you are and how quick you are, like how mature you are emotionally. Those things matters a lot than just having academic knowledge or skills. So I advise you all to develop that first before going to work, and then I want you guys to understand what you're interested in and then select your work area. um, I'm ready to take up questions, and yes, I have not finished yet, but I'm ready to take up questions.
Yes, guys, ask your questions, if anything. What are your opinions on post-grad, post-PharmD residencies? Okay, this is something out of the blue, but it's okay. Would you like to
No,
answer, Arin?
yes,
Yeah,
I'll be able to answer.
sure.
uh, Post grad fellowships, or no? What was the
Yeah,
question?
post-PharmD fellowships, yes.
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of fellowships going on in our campus as well, like antimicrobial stewardship fellowship, like 1 year or 2 year courses. Where, yes, in India, the scenario, as we know, like pushing through PharmD itself is quite difficult. It's very difficult to make them understand and respect us. But there are few hospitals that seek out for these fellowships, and they select based on this criteria and this experience. So, but there are very less fellowships that is happening in India, as far as I know.
Yes, so right now, guys, if you talk about the fellowships, majorly in India, most of the hospitals are working on the oncology fellowships like JSS, HCG, and Tata Memorial. Okay, and infectious disease, I think only two or three institutes are doing. Only our institute, Manipal, CMC Vellore, and I think I know only two. Okay, then there is cardiology and pharmacotherapy, which is being done at Parul University, as per my knowledge right now. And we are starting very soon at DY Patil also, along with the CLIMAT. Very, very soon we will be starting at DY Patil Pune. And then there are certain, I think that's all in India. Right now, they are not providing out of, cardiology, oncology, and pharmacotherapy and the things. And if I come to her experiences, she has wonderfully narrated, her with her experiences, she has wonderfully narrated about how you deal with the research, how you can think of, how you can deal with the failures. I remember when we started the research and how research goes. It takes a lot of time. One of my paper, I still remember, it took 11 times corrections, and it was published in 3 years. You won't believe, in the 3 years it got published after 11 corrections. So it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to learn. It takes a lot of time to understand the research. There are multiple, ways. There are multiple types of the research, multiple types of the article, and many skills you need when you are, doing the article. You need the writing skills, grammar skills, literature search is the major part. How to search the literature, how to put the words in. You have to avoid the plagiarism. You have to go with the perfect statistics. So you have to look at the multiple things when you're writing the article, searching for that. And upon that, searching for the topic and finding the good article topic, good review topic or systematic review topic is one of the another Herculean task. Okay, so you have to learn slowly. You cannot learn in one day. It comes with the experiences when you publish, when you do that. Okay, when you do that. And Steve was talking about collaborations. Wonderfully, you have to do that, because this is not a if you think that this is a lone army task or you can do it all alone, not at all. You need a lot of people to learn, a lot of people to collaborate. And in that, one very important thing, being a PharmD, you guys have to approach the doctors. and how to talk to the doctors, how to approach the doctors. If you have the competitive feelings in you, I always tell about this when you are attending my classes, right? So I always tell, don't go to them with the competitive behavior or competitive feelings. Okay, just guys, give me a minute. I'll just come. Someone is on the door. Wait.
Okay, then I'll carry on with the questions. A lot of questions are popping up. Like many people are asking me regarding, the guidelines about research, and it is quite difficult for me to explain everything right away. But there are courses and workshops that offer, a particular strategy of following a research guideline. So you can attend those things and get benefited.
Absolutely. I mean, there is first of all yourself learning yourself, and then learning from the published papers and learning from the workshops. And so you will be learning. You have a lot of webinars, workshops are being conducted for systematic review writing, original paper writing, research methodologies, biostatistics. Okay, so a lot of different things are involved in the research. So wherever you get the time, wherever you get the interest, just go for it and learn from them. Okay, so you have to be learning these things continuously, because every time these things are all being updated. Recently ICH guidelines had been updated in July 19th of the July, if I am not wrong. 19th of the July, the new ICH guidelines have come. Okay, so you have to go for the ICH updations, also ICH certifications if you are enrolled in the clinical trials, or any human related research, or you need ethical approval. So there are a lot of things you have to learn. Okay, and the best thing I was talking about approaching the doctors, you have to go with the benefits. Okay, benefits means benefits from both the side. You cannot approach them with the competitive feeling like, okay, oh, we are PharmDs and they are just MBBS or MDs, how we can approach them politely. If it is your work, you have to learn and you have to do the research. They are not your competitions, they are your fellows, you are their helping hand. Okay, you have to learn from them, you have to help them. See, one thing very importantly you have to understand, doctors do not have all the time to do research, right? So if they find you capable, you will be the helping hand to them, and they will give you a lot of work which can help you in your career, in the research particularly if I'm talking about. Okay, so you have to go and you have to tell them, okay, we are not here to compete, we are not here to grab your job, because we have our fine line. What we understand, we are one of the wonderful researchers, we have the time to do research, and let us take care of your research, let us take care with the topics you are suggesting, let us take care of the methodologies, let us take care of writing the papers, publications, multiple things. Approach them with the good behavior, and definitely you will get, because all the doctors, they are not involved in the research, they even sometimes don't know about the research. But nowadays UGC guidelines and the university guidelines says them to do the research, to publish them at least one or two papers for their every year, to go for the promotions and go for the updations in their career, right? So they need people to do that. And I think PharmD peoples, if they want to come to the research and make their career in the research, that is a wonderful area. Okay, and you have to start from their hospital, right? This is very important, and misguiding is everywhere, guys, everywhere. So as someone is asking here, how to find out which journal is good or not. First of all, you should go for the indexation. There are major three indexations in the world, and all the universities accept them. One is your Scopus, one is Web of Science, and then PubMed. Okay, so there is nothing impossible to search. Just go to these three websites, put the journal name. If you are finding those journals in that website, then it is affiliated or indexed in those agencies. Otherwise it's not. Lot of websites you will see, lot of fancy websites you will see, lot of invitations you will get from the journals, like publish your paper in our journal, come and we will give you the certificate of the journal. Guys, come on, what is the certificate of the journal? I never understand this. People get the certificate of the journal when you are publishing the entire paper in the website or in the journal. That itself is a certificate, that itself is a validation that you have published the paper. Why you need the certificate of publication? Why you need the certificate of the publication? That means they are offering you some kind of bribe, they are offering you the nonsense, literally nonsense. So if you are publishing the good journal, in the good journal, good paper, they'll not ask you anything. They will even not invite you, because good journals, they get a lot of manuscripts by themselves. There is no invitation for publications from the good journals. Okay, first this. And second, if you want to validate if they are indexed, they are good journals, go to the website, indexation website, If they claim that they are indexed in Web of Science, go to the Clarivate website, that is Web of Science, put the name there in the journal list, find out if it is there, then it is obviously there. If it is not there, then they are just falsely claiming. Okay, go to the Scopus, there is the sources, one very specific tab in the Scopus website, source. Okay, source is the journals. Put the journal name there. If you find the journal name there, it is indexed. If it is not there, then it is not indexed. They are falsely claiming. Similarly with the PubMed. PubMed has the entire list. You can just go and search. Okay, so you have to put some time. And the best part, if you are doing a research, where you have to invest more of your time in the learning the literature and finding the literature, reading the papers, how you read it. If you understand how to read the paper, there is no hurdles in writing the paper. So first of all, you have to understand how to read the paper. Then you can understand how to write the paper. Okay, reading the paper is like, okay, what is in the abstract, what is in the introduction, what is in the methodology, how they have written the methodology, how they have searched the literature. Okay, what are the keywords they have searched, what are the mess words they have searched, and how did they write the results, what is the flow in the writing the results, what kind of articles they have involved in the discussion part. So you have to understand that how they conclude the article. A lot of things you have to understand. If you understand reading the paper, you will definitely understanding writing the paper. Okay, so with that, if I I'll not take much time, I'll go back to Arin so she can take the questions. Over to you, Dr. Arin.
Yeah, and one more efficient way of like how I've learned to identify with fake authors or like fake papers or fake journals is by there is a website called Retraction Watch. You
Yes.
can go there and identify if the articles have been withdrawn or if they've barred few authors or banned few authors from publishing. So you can always go back and check. It might
Yes.
take some time for them also to identify, but it's always okay to wait. And when you're reading a paper, you should always read a positive paper, an average paper, as well as a negative paper.
Yes.
Like results that come out of research shouldn't be always positive. It can also be something that is like that is not proving the hypothesis.
Absolutely.
So keep reading the papers. That is what I would say. Only when you read the papers through practice, you will get to know. You will get to know how to write, and you will get to know what methodology have they used, and what type of statistics have they used. So keep learning, keep reading.
Yes, absolutely. So there are some questions, Dr. Arin, if you can see. Oh, it went long.
There are a lot of.
Lot to search. Yeah, that's a literature search for all of us now in the questions.
I would always suggest to go for workshops and like some long-term courses instead of you know uh, going for like short-term
Yes,
theoretical stuff. Like instead of going for that, you should have hands-on skills. So
yeah,
I prefer workshops and courses.
absolutely. Okay, like you said, there may be bias articles, so fake kind of publications as beginner. How can we minimize that? I think we have told you. Which job offer? That I'll take next in the next webinar. I'll take that. Latest guidelines, medicine use for trials, ICH E6 R3. Okay, R3 E6 R3, which has been launched in just July 19, 2023. Remember that ICH GCP guidelines R3, E6 R3. Okay.
And before entering research, kindly have a GCP certificate, because
Absolutely.
whenever you're applying for IRB, they keep asking you for that. Your proper CV with a good background, and then GCP
Yes.
certificate.
I'm in the
Other
fourth year
than
and
that,
I'm supposed to know a lot many things, but I don't know them. I know still there to avoid how to start. Just start reading. I think in the fifth year, if I'm not wrong, guys have the clinical research, right?
yes.
So you will see there and start reading the guidelines. While writing a review article, it came up with a lot of difficulties like choosing the right data, how to present it better way. So guys, okay, I'll ask Aaron's comment on that, then I'll add my comments to this.
Regarding.
So while writing a review article, it came up with a lot of difficulties like choosing the right data, how to present it in a better way, and proper paper to refer, how to solve it.
Okay. I don't know how many papers have you read regarding review articles, but you have to always start with a research question. What do you
Absolutely.
want? So start with a research question, and then while you keep reading, you'll be able to start with first the title. You can screen through titles, you can screen through words, and then you can see what is best fit for you. After screening through the titles, you can go to abstracts. You
Absolutely.
can read the abstracts and you can still refer back to your research questions. If it is not fitting, you can still keep filtering it out. And then you read the complete article. Then you'll be able to know whether it's fitting your research question or not. So your research question has to have a proper, range of sample size, a proper disease, a proper drug or any other interventions that is happening, a proper outcome unit, and then like sample range, and then the type of statistics used or the which ethnic part it is applied on. So it should carry all these information. You should carry all these information in your research question and the primary objectives and outcomes involved. So with this, you'll be able to keep filtering out as you read any articles. And then you have to structurize, you have to always structurize, and then you'll be able to present it in an easier way, and others will be able to understand what you're presenting.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. See, I totally agree with her. And guys, when you are searching for the data, when you are searching for the, when you're writing a review paper, frankly, you must go with the outline. First, prepare a basic outline. Okay, what exactly you want, what exactly you are looking for. I mean, after definitely after coming up with the title, coming up with the objective of the paper, what you want to present, and then make an outline. Suppose you are writing something, COVID induced diabetes mellitus. Okay, COVID induced new onset of diabetes mellitus. So first you will write about the COVID. Like if I frame the outline, introduction, review paper introduction, then in the body of the review article I'll write about something about COVID, a little bit, then diabetes, and then how COVID can induce the diabetes, what is the epidemiological data about COVID induced diabetes in the world, then their pathophysiology, exactly how it is, what are the further consequences in the COVID induced diabetes, and how it is increasing the mortality or further outcomes, or maybe the complications in diabetic patients, what is long COVID and effective in the diabetes patients which are induced by that. So there are multiple things you have to think in the mind and you have to put on the paper, and then based on that make the keywords, make the mess words, search the data, and then again refine the outline, and keep arranging your papers whatever you get in the literature, and based on your priorities get the papers, write that, write comments, write the lines, paragraphs, without plagiarism definitely, and then go ahead. Okay, so that is the like basic approach, but it is not just limited to that. It is a big approach how go to the like when you are searching for the topic or objectives, you should go with the many things are there, right? You have to go with the pico, then you have to go with the there are multiple guidelines. Okay, so that we cannot describe here. You have to think of multiple things, and then you have to come up with the outline and write the review paper. Okay, but I hope you got the fizz, and we will be coming up with the big webinars on that, big seminars on that. But yes, it is not an easy task, but the best part is make the outline and search the literature based on that and refine it again and again and write. Okay.
Guys, what I would suggest is like after finishing a B Pharm or PharmD, you can always take up a 3 months or 6 months course or a hands-on workshop
Absolutely.
where they like detailedly explain and help you practice at that point of time. At that point of time, you'll be having a system, and they'll be teaching you how to do all those things, and then only then you will be able to have a clear cut explanation for all this. Right now we won't be able to discuss so much, so always start with a small step.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Some other comments. If I go ahead, what are these comments? We missed a lot of comments here, a lot of questions here. Can I know about the precision medicine and blockchain? Not here. I'll come to that topic later, but not right now. This is not the correct platform to talk about the precision medicine and blockchain, because otherwise we will be lost there and we will lose the real fizz of this webinar, which is research. Okay. Scopus index, good indexations we have talked about. See guys, Google Scholar is not an indexation. Okay, that is a database. Parikshit, Google Scholar is not the indexation, that is database. So it is like something is appearing in the Google. So Google Scholar is a part of Google which shows only the articles and research, right? So you can easily get through only the research except the websites and other nonsenses. If you are searching something in Google, it will show we have searched 1 million results in 0.006 second, right? So Google Scholar avoid that and get you only the research papers. So this is a database, not the indexation. Okay, first of all you have to keep in mind. I lost where I was here. Come on, can you please the link of webinar, how to get the GCP certificate? Don't worry, GCP certificate can be attended by that. And we are also coming up with ICH training. We give the 2 years certificate at Curio and Kilimat. So we are also coming up with, now we have conducted multiple batches. So this is offline and online both. So you can conduct from us also, and you can conduct from other NIDA website and other places also, right? How to enter into the research size from PharmD? I think that's described by Arin here. What else? Arey yaar, where is this comment? What we were reading? I totally forgot those comments where they were. If you have any questions, please write again, guys. I think there were some more important questions. I just forgot those questions. GCP full form, please. I am first year UG SAM. So GCP is good clinical practices. Good clinical practices. ICH is International Committee for Harmonization. Okay. Can we do the doctor after completing PharmD? No, don't ask this question again and again. You are not allowed to do MD after PharmD in India, at least, not even outside. See, I always tell you guys, MD after PharmD is not at all feasible. In India to hota hi nahi hai. Okay, there is no MD after PharmD at all in India. And if you are thinking of going to Canada or Australia or USA, you can do that MD, that is integrated MD, that you can do even after 12th class. So why to waste 6 years? If you are going after doing PharmD, then you are wasting your 6 years, the money of your parents and your precious 6 years. So I will say this is the decision you are taking in the new sense. Okay, if you are going for the MD after PharmD. So don't think about that question. So don't come up with this question again and again. I've clarified 100 times. Okay, what additional beneficial course can I do with pursuing B.Pharm? See, if you are doing B.Pharm, then definitely you can do some skill development courses, value-added courses like in the clinical research, medical writing, pharmacovigilance, clinical data management, regulatory affairs. There are multiple courses which can add value to your CV and add value to your career, and you can go ahead with those. Okay. Yes, so there are 16 new comments. Now I can easily understand. Okay. Okay. How to join research after PharmD? What is this question, guys? Come on. How to join research after PharmD? Research is the integral part of PharmD. It starts from the 5th year. You have the project from the 5th year. I think you have the project 6 months project in 5th year. How can you even say that how to join research after PharmD? You have to join the research. You have to practice it from the PharmD itself in the PharmD 5th year, and you get the internship. So do one wonderful project of 6 months to 8 months or 1 year in the PharmD internship. Along with your internship, you should definitely conduct a research project in your interest of in your area of interest. Okay, and publish that by the end of your internship, and then you will have a strong base and strong CV to go into the field of research, either as a CRC or CRA, into the industry or into the research centers or into the hospitals, right? So that is the best approach. Start, if you are interested in research, start from the beginning.
As far like I met a lot of my juniors like from other places who has told me that there are very less opportunities and very less infrastructure, and they are sent to like government hospitals and they are not able to do things freely. uh, I would say whatever you're given with, do within its limits and also start exploring outside. Form collaborations like someone like you in some other good institutes, or someone like us with your seniors.
Yeah.
You can always come to us and ask us doubts or some guidelines. Like we will be able to fine tune you and you'll be able to go ahead after that.
Absolutely.
You need not always start with a big project. You can always start from small. Start by practicing to write literature reviews. Start by writing like small papers, and then you start writing. Like, it all depends on how much you practice.
And guys, it is not all about the publications. It is about learning. When you are in the PharmD, fifth year or sixth year, you have to learn it. Okay, maybe you have done a wonderful project, but it's not getting published by the journal. Maybe they have their, as Dr. Arin told, every reviewer has their own opinions. You cannot change that. Okay, so they will be asking you a lot of questions, lot of refinations, lot of revisions that may not get published during your PharmD. So don't worry about that. You have learned the process of research. That's important. Okay, not the publication. The important part is you have learned the process by the heart. Okay, you have learned how did you conduct that. Okay, how did you get the approval? How did you get the ethics approval? How did you answer the ethics approval questions? How did you write the protocol? How did you develop the research methodology? How did you develop the entire research plan? How did you conduct within timelines? That is important thing to learn there. Okay, that is important thing to learn there, not the publication. Publication is a byproduct. Okay, publication is the byproduct of research. You have to learn how to conduct the research, and that you can conduct and nobody can stop you, neither your reviewers nor your faculties, literally. Okay, and as she told, you have to be satisfied in whatever you are getting. See, if you are getting just the government hospital, you're telling government hospital. If you're telling the, sir, I got placed in some rural areas, those are the best centers to explore, because those are the most untouched area in the research. If you are in the tertiary care center, if you are in the best colleges, they are doing the research, they are conducting the research in all the fields. She is in Vellore, I'm in Manipal. We are exploring all the areas. But if you go to the rural hospitals, if you go to the rural colleges, they are untouched. They are not even understanding what is research. Their data is just what we say, lying down in somewhere stores, or somewhere in the computers, and no one has touched that. If you go and just look at the data and you prepare that data for understand that data, even not publication, but understand that data, how you can use that data for the publication, how you can use that data for the further research, further outcomes, further societal use, that will be best for you. Learn it. You have to put your mind, you have to put your brain, how to use the data, how to use the patients there, right? Anywhere, wherever you are located, wherever you are right now posted, you have to learn how to use the facilities, whether they are less or more. Okay, of course I know that people from the good hospitals, good institutions, they get a lot of funds, lot of facilities, but it is not like that. Okay, if you are not having the funds also, you can just utilize understanding the things, write a proposal, send it to ICMR. Sir, we are here at the rural areas and we feel this can be done here. Okay, send to SCRB, send to NIS, send to NH. Okay, write a proposal. Then if it is really good, if your idea is really wonderful, they will accept it and you will get more funds than us. Okay, that is the real phase. So you just have to understand where they are lacking, where you are lacking, where the data is actually lacking. You have to present that, you have to come up with that. Okay, so don't think about where you are. I know, I mean, I literally know that in India how it goes with the family. There are many colleges which are just coming up with the bogus cases, preparing in the house, and showing you as a real cases. That's true, that I understand. They don't have the affiliations to the hospitals, you are not exposed to the cases and all that. Scenarios we cannot change literally right now, but very soon, I hope in upcoming decade, I'll not say next year or next to next year, but it will definitely be changed. Okay, you have to be faithful. In that cases, you can collaborate with good hospitals, you can go for internships in the good hospitals, you can go for 1 year training programs in the good hospitals, right? And there you can conduct the research along with your trainings. So that is the best chances how you can come up with the good things. Okay, guys.
And when it comes to your fifth year project, I would definitely ask you to ask your help of your guide, whoever, like your professor or someone. They'll be able to help you to write and publish the work. Or wait for 1 or 2 years and look at the way you've written and laugh at yourself, and then you change it. You change it
Absolutely.
because by then you would have crossed a lot of things, you would have learned. By like in next 2 3 years, you would be able to update that and publish. So you need to wait.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that is true. Okay, you have to understand like where you are lacking and how you are starting. So it is always okay to go with the layman language. It is always okay to write whatever is acceptable. See, you cannot be expert in one day at or at the first paper. You cannot be expert. Whatever you think, whatever good you are, you will definitely laugh at your first paper when you are 3 year old or 4 year old in the research, and when you are or maybe you are 10 papers old in the research. Okay, because you will get the experience definitely. What is the impact of certificate courses on clinical research? See, this is not about the impact, this is about the learnings. If you are interested in clinical research, medical writing, pharmacovigilance, anywhere, if you are learning that by heart, if you are learning that properly, the process, then definitely it is impactful on your career. It is definitely impactful, because these are the skill development courses, these are the value added courses. Value added courses means what you are learning out of the syllabus, out of the curriculum, and you have to learn it. You have to add some values to your syllabus, your curriculum, and your personal knowledge, your CV.
I want to tell you guys a small secret about what the employers want from us. So, like I also had a lot of, fantastical thoughts, thinking that I have to be the best. I have to like shine out so that only they'll take me. No, it's not like that. It's always not like that. Your skills is a part of you.
Absolutely.
So they always look out for someone with a lot of good character development, and someone who's ready to work for anything. It's not
Yes.
just doing research or the work that you're put in. You have to do a lot of other work, probably some secretary work, probably some taking the wheelchairs and
Absolutely.
running down with the patients. They will see that, because they'll be able to train you. They'll
Yeah.
be able to train you later. So they need to know whether you're capable of learning and doing everything without showing it on your face. That is what they see for. And most of the times when you attend the interviews, they try to test you on that indirectly. You won't be able to know, but they test you on that. More than you having a lot of research papers, they'll see how much hard you have tried.
Yeah.
Maybe you might come from of an average institution or something like that, but when you have tried a lot there, when you have tried beyond the opportunities given, they really appreciate it, and then they'll take you in. So it is not always about the knowledge that you have.
And if you feel research is something very fancy, then let me clear it for you guys. Research is something, the work of typist. You will be typing all the time. You will be carrying the papers all the time. You will be running behind the patients all the time. You will be running to the, running behind this. The person who is sitting in the medical record room, you will be taking his permissions, and all the time you will be getting through the old files to get the data, which have I don't know, the years old, and having a lot of sand, and this coming out. So research is not literally, if you think that you will just go and enter the data in Excel sheet and get the results, this is not like that. The real research lives in the struggle. Okay, lives with the struggle. It comes with the struggle of what ever she has told right now, and running behind a lot of things. Not only this, but administration task. I'll tell you most of the things, because we are working on multiple projects, multiple, ICMR things. I have to fight for single paisa. I have to give them the single paisa ka hisab. They ask me for like, where did you spend this paisa? Why did you buy the printer? Why did you buy this? Why did you buy 5 extra pens in this fund? Okay, how did you go to this center extra and you spent 1,500 rupees in cab? So this is about managing the finances, about managing the administration, about managing your staff, about managing your team. Okay, so you need a lot of skills to conduct the research, not only just entering the data, doing the statistics, and publishing that. Okay, but it is fun. Once you are in that, you will get lot of funds, lot of name, lot of papers, lot of travels on the government funds. Literally, guys, you all know me. I have traveled 16 countries just on the research funds. Okay, and enjoying it a lot. So it gives you a lot of fits, right? So research is something which can take you anywhere, right?
So a lot of people are asking about how much we earn as well.
How much we earn? This is a
Yeah.
fantastic question. Let me tell you guys, research has no money. See, right now, literally till date, you won't believe I have worked on 7.5 crores funds from ICMR, from NH, from NIH, from DST, from DVT, from American College of Cardiology, from European Society of Cardiology, and from rheumatology societies, from ICMR. Right now, I'm working on 36 lakhs project. I have worked on totally 7.5 crore, but the entire thing goes to university, or entire thing goes to the organization. You get nothing. Okay, you just get good travel, you just get good parties, you just get good people around, good fun, having fun, publishing papers, get the funds for the publications, get the funds for travel, get the funds for international travels, get the funds for conference, lot of fun, but not to your personal account at all. You will get just a bounding salary, whatever it is. They are paying 50,000, 60,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh. That is your salary, that's all. Other than that, you will not get anything until and unless you are not getting from the private companies. If you're getting from private company, then investigator gets the funds for the patient, per patient or per unit. Do you get that? If the funds are from the private company or pharmaceutical industry. Otherwise, if you are getting the funds from any society or any government funds, you will not get anything. You will just get the name, paper, and travel and fun. That's all. Okay.
I think the starting it could start from around 25 to 30,000, and then
Yes. Absolutely.
after that, if you have the marketing skills to market yourself and get some projects around, and then do some personal projects as part time or freelancing, yes, you'll be able to make
Different.
money.
That's definitely different.
But you need this experience for that. As a
Absolutely.
fresher, I would suggest you not to expect much.
Yeah. And if you
Gain
are in the academics, if you are
experiences.
in the academics of the hospital, सैलरी के नाम पे कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है. But it's always good to explore. See, I have started in 2014 15. I have started as research associate one, and today literally proudly I'm working for ICMR as scientist C, and they are paying me huge, literally huge. Okay, so once you are at that stage, once you are get that experience and you have that knowledge, then projects comes to you. Okay, projects will come to you. You don't have to run around. They will search for you. They will come to you. You have expertise in registry, you have expertise in original data search, you have expertise in data mining. Just come and join us. Okay, and that's how. See, I have right now, if I look at my 7.5 crores fund, it's a big deal. But what I have in my pocket, don't ask. Right, so these things work different way. The research works different way. Okay, this is not all about earnings, but this is all about your name, fame, publications, and whatever you are getting, the network. Okay, you are getting the good network, good connections everywhere in in the government organizations outside, and big organizations. You have the team of people working for you, so that is the actual outcome. It's not monetary definitely sometimes, but you get the actual outcome, what you really, I think, need sometimes. Publishing review article when compared to research article is worth. Research article is research article. Okay, research article is one of the top in the list after systematic reviews and all, but review article is the easiest way to start the research. Okay. Okay, I think I'll just take 4 5 questions which are related to today's webinar, and rest I'll keep with me and take in the further webinars. Okay, after PharmD clinical data science, we'll take it further next time. Can I run a clinic after completion of my PharmD course? Yes, you can run a clinic, but that should be pharmaceutical care clinic, not the doctor's clinic. Okay, guys, you should not compare yourself, as I'm telling, not competitive. And you have to understand the fine line between the professions. You have to understand the fine line between the medical and pharmacy. You are the helping hand to the medicals. Okay, and till now you have no authorization from legal authorizations, at least from the government of India or pharmaceutical council of India, pharmacy council of India. You don't have any authorized signatory things to run a clinic by yourself. You can run a clinic. I always advise my students also, you can start the clinic, but that is the pharmaceutical care clinic. Okay, pharmaceutical care clinic means you can check the BP, you can check the diabetes, you can check the some basic investigations, you can run pharmacy along with that. And if you are that fizzy about running the clinic, then hire one MBBS, let him sit at your clinic and run that clinic. Okay, that would be feasible for you, but not the actual clinic by yourself, because otherwise you will be playing with the life of patients. I'm very sure right now, because no one is that skilled right now. I mean, see, I'm not comparing with the doctors or all. There are a lot of fizzy things everywhere, lot of city things everywhere. We should not talk about that. But right now there is no legal consequences, or there is no legal authorities which allow you to open the clinic and run it in India. Which journal is best for publish a review paper? Which journal is best? It depends on your area of interest, depends on the area of review article what you have written. If it is in cardiology, then American College of Cardiology is top. But it is about the quality and the subject and the area of your research. It depends on that, and you have to search about that, and then you can go further. A lot of questions. Very nice. I'm seeing the enthusiastic audience here. Very nice. Very nice, guys. Thank you. Hi, ma'am. Can you please tell us about the internships in CMC Vellore after PharmD? Yes, Arin, for you.
Internships, like for clinical pharmacy, I have seen, and there are some fellowships going on. But as far as I know, for PharmDs, there are not much internships. They prefer to take MBBS candidates. So, but you can always join a vacancy, and then like you'll be trained after that. You can always join a vacancy.
Yes, absolutely. So, guys, if you're looking for the internship, there are, first of all, in fellowships, there are not much seats. Okay. At Manipal, also in infectious disease, they have started with infectious disease only right now. They have only 2 seats per year. Okay. In JSS also very few seats. In HCG also they have only 5 or 6 seats every year. And in Tata Memorial also there are only 2 seats in oncology fellowship. In Paro University, I think they have good number of seats. Okay, in cardiology and pharmacotherapy, you can try there if you are really looking for that. But their fees is quite high at HCG and JSS, I believe. Tata Memorial there is not much fees, but at JSS and HCG there is a very high fees, some 1.5 lakh or 2 lakhs per year. Some people from pharmacy courses said there you need to do special courses after PharmD. Do big companies look for extra you did part of PharmD? That's why I'm telling always I come up with value added courses. Do something out of the syllabus. Okay, whatever is your interest, fellowships, your interest in medical writing, your interest in pharmacovigilance, clinical data management, analytics, wherever your interest is, management, business, do some extra value added courses and then go to the industry or wherever you want to go. So I'm pursuing Pharm 5th semester this time. Thank you. Very nice. How to get GCP certificates with free of charge? I think Sandeep has shared
The
the link.
link,
Yes,
yeah,
Sandeep has shared the link for
ND.
free certificate. You can do it from there. How to utilize the project? I didn't understand that. Can you please explain it more? What is the meaning of knee science? What is knee science? I didn't understand. NE science. I have no idea, guys. Please explain it for me. Deepak Chaudhary, what is any science? Nuclear science you're talking about or something else?
Maybe.
I have no idea. If you can write it full, then I can understand. I have never heard of this name, knee science. Can we able to do any research and pharmacovigilance job after while doing our internship job? I am not sure, but research to perfectly fine. This is the year for the research only, I believe. Knee science, I don't know, yaar. Knee science, Deepak, I have no idea what is knee science. All things goes to last in earning. How to earn in the field of it. So I think we have answered this question very well.
Okay. They say it means it is lack of knowledge of awareness. Any science.
I have no idea, literally. The lack of knowledge. Okay. I have no idea. No comments on this. So sorry, guys. Hi, ma'am. Is there? Okay, that we have answered. I think the same questions are repeating again and again. Clinical data science course. I think it's good. Clinical data science. You can do that. I'm getting a lot of things. I don't know actually what is clinical data science. I'll read and come back to you guys. I literally have no idea what is clinical data science. If Arin or someone else can help me out understanding this.
Okay. Data science is actually an advanced area of data analysis, like the
Yeah, big
data that
data
we get
analysis and
from
big data
research.
analysis and all. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that Actually, like in my department, there has been some studies involving like AI as well.
Okay.
So that takes quite a longer time to, because our expertise is not dependent on, I mean, our expertise is not explored
Absolutely.
on that. We are not, so everyone we are employing data scientists for that area, and we are also again collaborating with them and then trying to understand what is happening between each other.
Yes, 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 absolutely. See, guys, I have shared the feedback form. Okay, I have shared the feedback form, so you can fill the feedback form by the time, and we are answering the questions. Okay, okay. I'll take some questions from YouTube. Oh, and see, YouTube also there are 200 plus people. Okay,
Okay.
hi sir, how can we check our data which collected during research article or review paper and validate? Okay, guys, that I'll just tell in a minute what is data validation, as Arin has defined very well, and let me tell you what is data validation. So once you are done with the paper, see, data validation is not only for the data what you are writing or the papers you are publishing. Okay, data validation means whatever you are reading also you have to validate the paper before reading it, before including into your data, before including or citing that paper into your literature or your paper. Okay, so data validation comes with two types. One is internal validation, one is external validation. So what is internal validation? If I tell you, internal validation is when you are reading a paper, you read it on certain parameters like novelty of the paper, novelty of the research topic, and novelty of the research, then how they frame the type of the research, the entire methodology, type of the research, duration, what type of statistical test they have used, and how did they get the p-value. So it depends on the internal validation. There are multiple things. Okay, that is called as internal validation. Once you find out, okay, the paper is perfectly written, perfectly going through the novelty and connection between the results and discussion part and conclusion, it is rightly written, it is following the methodology properly. So once you are validating the data by validating a paper internally, then you go for the external validation. If the outcomes are helping the society, if the outcomes are helping the patients clinically, that is called as external validation. So remember this thing, external validation comes after only internal validation. If the internal validation fails, then you cannot go for the external validation, because if your paper is not well written, not well followed with the statistics and all, then you cannot go for the external validation. So this is not a 1 minute thing, but validation comes with two types. Internal validation, where you can just check the methodology, check the novelty, check the results, discussion, statistics, p values, everything, and then you go for the clinical significance. Okay, that is the validation of the paper. Okay, what else, guys? What else? Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to YouTube now. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, validation is done. Then the second part here is case report considered as research? How important is for the publication? See, case reports are very important, guys, because case reports always come up with the new findings, whichever not have been published yet. Okay, and this is something which is very crucial to publish. Case report are means the new data, okay, the new thing about one patient definitely, but we can build the entire hypothesis on one new patient, on something, on a case report. So case report is very crucial in case of rare diseases, rare side effects, or rare things, whatever rare combination of the diseases, right? Case reports are really impactful and really good, but of course definitely they do not consider the case reports into systematic reviews. They do not consider the case reports into the guidelines, because this is just one patient's data, not the multiple patients data. But case reports are very impactful, and these are helpful to propose the new hypothesis. Okay, I would like to ask Dr. Arin also to put the comments on.
On case report.
Yeah.
Okay. Case report is like when you have like very rare or very unique findings from whichever practice you're doing it with, along with a medical doctor who is able to perform examinations and prove the objective evidences, then it is a good way to go about case reports.
Absolutely.
If you have a chance, you can always publish it because it is necessary. It is necessary.
Yes. Okay, so what else, guys? You have some questions? I'm seeing the I'm seeing the YouTube right now. So let me see some more questions from the YouTube, guys. Where
So
this?
I would like to add one more thing. Every week, like we have journal clubs where we discuss about various articles. We pick up like few good articles and we discuss elaborately about it, have critical appraisals. So it is just like watching a movie where it is like somebody has done the work and they are putting their perspective and they have added their angle of work into it. And when you're seeing from this side, probably you may be able to find some mistakes from it, or you may be able to come up with further questions, or further you can also develop subtopics from the already existing research papers and data work. So like it is almost always exploratory. You cannot always be right when you talk about research. It
Yes.
is still getting to the point, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Okay. So let me get back to the YouTube. Ravi Vengde is asking, how can we check our data from collector? Okay, that's answered. Ramnath E is asking, good evening, sir. What are the potential challenges or benefits of pursuing an MBA after obtaining a Pharm D? That question takes a long time. I'll take it further because we are coming up with a series of webinars. So we will definitely come up with some kind of career options. So you can definitely, I'll get this answer for you there, because right now I think it's 1.5 hour and we should not get late in that. Is there any PV course, PVPI course? Yes, we have. We have PVPI course, we have management course, we have medical writing course, we have many course. Okay, we have many courses in different domains, guys. You can just check out our new institute website. I'm just sharing here. So a lot of your answers would be answered. I mean, a lot of your questions would be answered. This is a curiosctri.com. Feedback I have shared already. I'm sharing it all again, guys, for you. Okay, I'm sharing it all again. And this is open till the end of this webinar only. Maximum 5 minutes more. This time, no one will get this for longer time. Okay, this is very crucial. Okay, so can you tell me what are the basics to know before entering into the research career? I think she has covered that. Infallible Boy is asking, it is helpful to pursue PharmD after pursuing bachelorate in pharmacy. Yeah, definitely. See, it is up to your interest. If you want to work in the research and hospital, definitely you can go for PharmD post baccalaureate. If you want to go to industry, you can go for MPharm. It is totally up to your research, up to your interest, guys. What are your views on valuable edit courses on data analytics? Wonderful, you can go for data analysis. PharmDs are not restricted to one area. PharmDs are actually made to go to and to enter into versatile fields. You can go to AI, you can go to data analytics, you can go to pharmaceutical industry, you can go to clinical data management, you can go to analytics, you can go anywhere. Okay, as I give examples of my students only. My students are working in IIT Kharagpur, IIT Roorkee, and Manipal Institute of Technology in the different fields of AI and data analytics, and in other totally versatile fields. Okay, guys. So thank you very much. If any important question, I would like to thank especially Professor Mahadev Bhatt. Sir is joining us from the USA. Sir, thank you very much for joining, and thank you all for joining us. And yes, we'll see you in our upcoming events. And I would like to extend my thanks to Dr. Arin, who has joined and spent her 90 minutes with us, and shared her valuable experiences, which would be very helpful for all of you guys. So thank you very much, Dr. Arin. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bharat, for conducting this. I would like to extend my thanks to Bharat also. Bharat is our very good friend, and he is running the RX Doctors, and he only contacted Erin to get this webinar done. So thank you guys, thank you very much for these wonderful things and doing this for all of you, because these are for the use of learnings and good learnings for all of you, and you can learn this. So thank you, sir. Mahadev, sir.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear
me?
me?
Yes, thank you very much.
Natania, I wish good health to your mother. And
Thank you, sir.
you have given which students should know. There were quite a few interesting questions. One was regarding certificate, and I think Ajit answered it very well. You can collect 10,000 certificates, but sometimes they are dime a dozen. We don't ask those questions. We are hiring people.
Yes.
There was a question about Google. Generally, during my career, if suppose somebody told me I'm a Google scholar, I don't ask him a single questions, because that is a search question.
Absolutely.
And very
True.
recently, Ajit, you will be surprised to learn that there is a guy from Madras IIT. He has come up with a search engine where every time you search his site, he will give you the citation that which papers you can follow, and which is very good for that. It is still in the beta testing, and once you do that, nobody will go into Google. Google is good for general knowledge. It's a search engine. Uh, there was one other thing about PharmD and MD. Yeah, there are some people who have done that. But do you have the patience to do that? In USA, to become a
Absolutely.
doctor, it takes 10 years. You
Yes.
know, no doctor comes out MD less than 10 years, except ophthalmologist and anesthesiologist. They come out early. Uh, so how much patience do you have? And I understand people would like to open the clinic. That's fine. You can open a clinic, but how much work have you done as a student? Did
Absolutely.
you, when you come to USA, 90% of the PharmDs are in the community pharmacy
Absolutely.
because the hospital and the industry doesn't pay much. You know why? Because everything is being outsourced to India.
Yes.
Most of the research work is in India.
Yes.
Like toxicology. We don't do toxicology here because we have got too many animal lovers. It is there is
True.
a saying that
Bad but
it's
true.
better to
Yes.
be. You can be if I take a birth next lifetime as a dog, I would like to be in America. I'll be taken care of very well. Uh, I'm glad that you brought this girl. She is very courageous. She has suffered a little bit. Right now, her mother is sick, and even though you know she took a chance to come this morning. So I
Absolutely.
wish you really well. And
Thank
Ajit,
you.
thank you for bringing her. I love enjoying your things. Okay, thank you so much and goodbye. Namaskar.
Somebody is sir, somebody is commenting, sir destroyed PETA India. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for
Thank
joining,
you so
and
much,
thank you,
sir.
Arin. Thank you, everyone.
Namaskar. Good luck to
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Good
Take
luck,
care
beta.
and
Okay.
have a
Yeah.
good day. Good night, guys.
Okay.
Good
Bye.
night. Take care, guys.
Thank you
Good
so much, Dr. Ajit.